Welcome. Volunteer. That's fine. I don't care, you know. Uh, Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Smitty Snippets. I'm your host, Smitty, along with my co-host and sister, Chris.
I'm back, baby.
Okay, she is
I'm back.
back. All right. Today we'll be discussing Severance Season 2, Episodes 7 through 9,
Mm-hmm.
the movie Heretic.
Yep.
With Hugh Grant, starring Hugh Grant and Sophie Thatcher. We'll also be going over some movie news, some show news.
Yep. But guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, please.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated.
Yep.
Frankenstein just booed us, man. Hey, what's going on? So, where we starting at?
Well, first, let's talk about a little bit of news. We got, I don't know how many of you are as interested as I am and excited about the anime show Castlevania Nocturne Season 2 that just came out on Netflix today. So I definitely plan on watching that. I haven't had time to do so as of yet, but that's going to probably be my weekend binge. What about you?
I'll probably check that out. I like the last couple of Castlevanias. They were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like being surprised like that. Like you're expecting just watch something to fill time, and you're actually interested in it. So,
what did you like more, Arcane or Castlevania, or were they similar? Or
hands down, Arcane.
Okay,
hands down, not
okay.
even close.
All right. All right. Also, guys, Apple TV has already announced that there will be a season three of Severance that will be coming out. So
Trace.
Yep. Make sure you guys watch out for that, along with a season 3 and 4 of Silo. And they have already confirmed that season 4 will be the last installment. The story will end with season 4.
Silo.
Yep.
So I believe it's only 3 books. So
well, I mean,
yeah,
I can only go by what they
anyway.
said.
So we're going to theorize as to what we are going to see in this final episode. We were going back and forth as to how we were going to try and do this, but we realized if we talked about tomorrow's episode tomorrow, we'd have nothing to talk about next week. So we're just gonna hold it and probably watch it maybe like twice, make sure we haven't missed anything.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll go over theories and stuff like that.
Yep,
So
no problem. One last thing.
Yep.
If anybody watched the Daredevil Born Again trailer, I know you watched it. What did you think about it?
So I wasn't gonna watch it because when I saw Daredevil on
Netflix.
No, it was on Disney. He was in
This is on
She-Hulk.
Disney now. It's on.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean when he made a
Yeah, he made a guest appearance in
Uh-huh.
She-Hulk, and it was trash. But I just watched this trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Amazing. I don't know what Disney is doing, but they're breaking bones
I feel like they're stepping outside of their comfort zone.
and everything. I'm talking about like some serious breakage. They are messing up elbows and everything. Like you need to see it. If you have not watched it and you like the original Avengers and stuff like that,
Mhm.
this is dark, man.
Yeah.
You need to check this out. As a matter of fact, I forget the actor who plays Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
He was the same guy from Law and Order. Does an amazing job as Wilson Fisk. Amazing job as Wilson Fisk.
I like him as an actor. I understand he has to play this character. I don't like the voice he does for this character.
It's like a low whisper.
I don't like it. Sorry. I tolerate it for purposes of his roles in every
Marvel. You think it should sound like this? Is this what you want to sound like? I'm gonna get you, Daredevil.
Shut up.
I don't know what you.
I'm just saying.
Fletch, what's happening? Casanova. Oh, he said he was laughing at your intro. So was I, Casanova. So was I.
Get used to it. Get used to it. So I think that is. Oh, and you said you wanted to discuss Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew. So it has been recommended to me a number of times by a lot of people on this channel, and I'm happy to say that it is not bad. It is not a bad show, but it is for a smaller audience. This is not This is not for adults, man.
When
Okay,
you say smaller audience, what?
like that. It's not a bad show, right? But I think Star Wars has burned up any credit that it has had with its fans by throwing out the vomit
My.
that it has put out recently. So I'm not. I'm not watching Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
Yeah. See, Fletch said it's not.
Fletch,
It's
you
not
didn't like
bad.
it either. It's not bad, or he didn't like it.
I don't know if he was making fun of me or if he saw it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad show.
Okay.
But it.
So the storyline wasn't
They
terrible.
got like
it
a
was
small elephant in there, like a baby huggable elephant. That's not like there's supposed to be stakes in Star Wars, like galaxy type stakes,
okay.
right? Not lovable animals.
Well, we're also talking about where these people did Jar Jar Binks, right? So
I'm just saying.
I mean, Jar Jar Binks was
Anyway.
the worst character ever, but I digress. So we are going to pop on into Severance. We're wrapping up season 1, guys. Today we're going to be discussing episodes 7 through 9. Which seem to be some of the heavier, more hard-hitting episodes, obviously, because now they've done the big setup, right, from episodes 1 through 6. So we're going to discuss that. Is there anything that you wanted to lead off with, or you just want me to
No, go. I will interject
into it? Okay. So episode 7 starts with you don't see a lot of this woman in this episode or the episodes to follow. Asel. She's the one that implanted she introduces herself indicating that she's the one that implanted the chips and that they can be deactivated. She kills Doug and gives his security card to Mark and tells him, that he'll know what to do with it when he goes back in. So he goes back in the next day and finds the card, and they break into the security room, the 3 of them, the 4 of them. Mark. No. I think Irvin went to go see Bert.
Yeah.
Irvin was
smitten.
As soon as they were able to break out of the room that they made for them, he was like, I'm out, guys.
I ain't leaving here without my man. I ain't leaving here without my Bert.
So he but he goes and Irvin stumbles upon, what was it, a retirement party for Bert. But you know what? There was one thing that he said in that particular scene that kind of, you don't recognize it until he says it. And he makes the statement to everybody after he curses out Seth, Mr. Milchick. After he curses him out, he makes a statement of, are you all happy to see him? I don't know what word to use. No longer with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use die. You just can't.
Okay. So
you can't use any of the suicides and none of them.
But he makes that reference, and when you think about it, what he's saying is, because he's retiring and Bert as the any will no longer be a thing, like he's no longer going to
hang on one second. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
you're
off.
fine. You're
Fletch,
fine.
have you not seen season 1 of Severance? Just out of curiosity. That was such a sad scene.
Hey, Melba. Yeah, see, she understands what I'm talking about. It was sad because at that point when he makes that statement, you're realizing he's saying that any is no longer going to exist at all ever.
He's trying to get through the pilot episode. Season 2 come out tomorrow. All right, continue on.
We've been trying to get you through the pilot episode for 3 weeks now.
Go ahead. Keep going.
But I guess. So meanwhile, he's having a moment with that, and you have Dylan and Helly and Mark. They're trying to figure out how to, because Dylan told them that he was able to be woken up. So now they're trying to figure out how to do that, which they do. They stumble upon the instructions. It's a 2-man job. So the episode goes on. He had his new girlfriend, his Alexa, his newfound girlfriend, the chick that helped birth his niece.
Yeah, he's annoying.
Mark?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He just is. He's like I hate the face. I don't know. You ever heard that expression? I hate the face.
No.
You just look at him. You're like, ugh. You just don't like somebody because I'm just saying. I mean, he's all right, and I understand that they need him.
But if they had someone else playing his role, you wouldn't mind.
No,
it?
no,
I don't.
no. I don't mean.
You don't mean actually you hate
I
his
don't mean
face.
no. I don't hate
Okay.
the act. I just like the way he is. Like everything. Like everything is enunciated, and he's so like.
Oh,
The way he
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
like his attitude and the way
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't describe it.
Well, okay. You just dislike his disposition.
Yeah, it's fine.
I got you. All right. Well, my point was that when he was out, she asked him where he was when Doug got no longer with us. She asked him where he was. He comes up with a lie or whatever, and she's like, "But I've been awake for an hour." And she asks him, like, "Would you rather I not be here?" And he was like, "Maybe." I'm like, "Bro, like seriously? Like that's what you? This is why." But then that moves on to so she leaves and she comes back for her phone, guys. She comes back for her phone and he's drunk now. And he is now trying to say, "I don't love my wife anymore and I'll prove it to you." And he rips up her picture in front of the girl. She's disgusted. I would be too.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this whole experiment has just been a failure, and they should just stop.
No.
They should just stop.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I know that they've got a lot riding on it, and there's a lot of different applications, and a lot of people have invested in this, but clearly it doesn't work.
Yeah, but we don't know in this episode, like we don't know yet what they're trying to do.
Well, apparently they're trying to keep secrets. Like they don't want. Like it would benefit the business if nothing got out. You never had to worry about anything going on at work getting out. So I think it's for that sort of application. But I mean, you see what happens. Like you can't cage people,
Right?
like because human beings, for whatever reason, are going to try to figure a way. Like
Right.
they don't like boundaries,
Right?
or we don't like boundaries.
They.
So they're going to try and find a way out.
They. You also see you see Mr. Milchick do his dance moves. Did you see the
Yeah. Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
I'm just, he's getting down.
I can't wait to see how what his role is going into the second season. Because it doesn't appear like Mark is as afraid of him
as he originally was.
Right.
Well, would you be afraid of him if Dylan jumped on someone that you were originally afraid of and bit him, and his response was, "I'm gonna go tell Mrs. Cobell"?
No.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what happened. So, and then, Dylan kind of was like, "Go ahead, do it." But all right. And then that was mainly episode 7. It's just them going a little bit further and indicating that they're now able to, do wake the innies up on the outside. And then his sister Devin kind of asked a question which I hadn't even thought of, because remember when she was at the pregnancy birthing thing or whatever, I don't know, and she met that woman, and the second time they met, it was like a weird conversation that they had as if they'd never met before. And she kind of asks Miss um what is that woman's name? Selvig, Miss Cobell's other personality.
Yeah.
She said, "Well, what if they were doing that? Kind of basically, what if she was severed so that she wouldn't have to deal with the actual pregnancy and the birth part of it?"
I mean, it's possible.
So, do you think that they would make the application? So with that question, because it's later on confirmed in episode 9 that is exactly what happened. Do you think that that's we'll call it a practical application of the Like, do you think a lot more people would do it if they were like, oh well, so like if let's say you had to you did something wrong and had a prison sentence, I'll just sever myself, do my prison sentence.
No, I mean, it's not going to help.
I mean, I'm not experiencing it though.
Your other self is still in prison. So either way, you're going to go crazy.
I don't know. I'm just asking, right? I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there would be good applications for it, but I mean, there's always somebody messed up
right
out there going trying to find try to figure out a way to use it to trick people or to use it on
for the wrong thing.
Use it on women somehow, just some sort of messed up scheme
that you wouldn't even ever thought of.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Because again, that's how people are.
Right.
Messed up.
Oh boy. Lisa says Milkchick dancing was the highlight. I know that's right. That scene was absolutely ridiculous, but he just knew he was getting it. So
Melo said it's crazy because the insiders would do anything to experience life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they essentially have it. They just can't.
But they don't, because just like when Mark said at one point, I forget what episode it was, he said, I just focus on the effects of sleep since I don't actually experience it. Like, when like you're ready to go to bed and like that sleep is hitting you, like, oh yeah, this is like gonna be a good sleep. Like you can't even experience the snuggling down in bed, curling up under the covers. Sorry, guys.
Think about it. Think about it like this, right?
Mm-hmm,
On the outside,
mm-hmm.
Mark is he is just completely distraught and run down by
his wife.
What he believes, his wife's passing.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what Milkchick and all them, or I don't know what Milkchick is doing on the outside, right? But all you need is in life, supposedly, is companionship, which they have at work, right? You got Bert. You got Bert. He got a thing.
But you don't have experiences. So yeah, you have a life, right? So, but him and Helly in episode 8 or 9 of one of those episodes, they start flirting, but they can't go on a proper date. They can't go to the movies.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's true, but I don't know how much of the outside world they know.
Dylan hasn't explained to you how much of the outside life that he knows. Now we understand episode 9 why he loves these episode 8 why he loves these daggone waffle parties, because you get exotic dancers.
I mean,
parties.
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
You don't get to you just don't get experiences like when you were younger or whatever, and you used to like to, I don't know if you still do, but you used to like to go on roller coasters, right? You can't
recall them days. I don't remember that.
Stories.
That's fine. Like,
but you can't experience that. You can't experience the rainfall. You can't experience the sunrise. I mean, you're right. You can't,
You're right. You're right. But for all you know, you could be in a cage right now.
That's right. It's all in my mind.
You might be missing out on experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could have put a pellet in your brain.
Okay. And we're moving on, guys. Moving along. So episode 8, we finally, you know what? I didn't realize we never met Irving's Audi. Like throughout the whole series, like you regularly saw like Mark's Audi and you saw a portion of Dylan's Audi, and but we finally meet Irving's Audi, and he's got like a little dog. He's painting. Now I understand what that black stuff he was seeing, like coming out of his keyboard and stuff was.
Yeah.
I thought it was oil.
I mean, he's hallucinating because you're not supposed to have microchips in your skull. So when that happens, things you gotta figure stuff out.
Okay. Well, but we find out in this episode that Helly is trying to meet quota, and because of all their side things that they were doing, they weren't meeting quota. She ends up meeting quota and get like some kind of party or whatever for it. But Cobell says she wants Mark to go to the wellness, have a wellness session. And you find out at this point that the wellness lady Casey, who is actually his wife as his outie or whatever, she got fired because of, but she tells you it's so sad because she's like, she said she was alive for 107. Let me get it right.
While you looking at that, I'm gonna read Dennis' statement
Okay.
because it's kind of intriguing a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Sleep is an all too brief oasis from the cruel and sadistic nightmare world of mankind. I would agree with that, especially nowadays.
That's true. I'll agree with that too.
Would you prefer
107 hours, by the way? I'm sorry.
Would you prefer to have, I mean, how many of you just by asking the people in here
Mhm.
and you,
Mhm.
would you prefer
Mhm.
like even if they didn't have to put something in your brain, like let's just say you could just like snap your fingers, right?
Mhm.
Would you prefer that you didn't know what you were doing at work, to avoid the rundown and the monotony, and to be just, so that you can come home and be fresh for your family and not sad or overwhelmed? Would you prefer that?
The theory is good, but just like you have experiences outside of work, you have experiences inside of work, and they're not all bad.
Yeah. Dieter said the finger snap. Yeah, I guess that'd be bad. Like you walk around the corner, somebody be snapping their fingers, you could be messed up.
I'm just saying, like it for me, like the people that I've met in some of the workplaces that I've been in, like I've enjoyed some people, like there's, and we've had conversations that I haven't even, you make friendships. So while yes, you make the friendships, that you're not able to enjoy certain aspects of regular everyday life with those people. Some people you do, like you still leave work and you're like, hey, let's go to the bar, or let's go do what. So
I would agree with you.
I would not
think
prefer
that
that.
your experiences shape who you are,
Mhm.
and to limit those, just because you don't want to feel bad. I think you have to go through it. It's part of being
Exactly.
It's part of being a human being.
Yeah.
I think you're better for it when you come out the other side,
Mhm.
instead of avoiding it.
Which is what Mark was doing.
So yeah,
very good. We agree. Look at that. We agree.
there's not going to be many of those. Everyone, not going to be many of those.
So
Senna says, does anyone know what time the new season is dropping? It's a good question. Tomorrow is the first episode of season 2. So there you go.
That's all you got?
I mean, she wanted to know. I answered it. It's your turn.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, all right. Also in this episode, Miss Cobell gets fired.
Okay.
She gets canned. Do we know?
So I have a question. I don't know. Is she when she goes down the elevator, does she?
She's not severed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, how's she crazy inside and out?
She's
All
not severed.
All right, that makes sense.
No. But she gets fired because the board was not aware of Helly's attempt that she made, and a few other things that's going on. So the board's kind of sick of Helly, or excuse me, Miss Cobell. So they get rid of her. So she does lose her mind as she's driving home, and then she goes home and tears everything up. And then Irving was back at the party with his deviled egg. Did you see what he did with the deviled egg?
No.
Oh my god, it's gonna stink. He takes a book that he found in the wall, and he starts like reading some of the passages or whatever. And he's just fed up with the place. Like he's over the disillusion. So he takes the egg and mashes it in there.
I swear, him and the
Dylan.
Yeah, they are like neck and neck. My favorite character.
Oh yeah,
because Irvin got that stupid smile when he like doesn't know what is going on. Everybody else looks worried, and it's just ridiculous. So
Marvin's sweet. I like him.
Yeah, well,
Aw. But we hear finally a voice from the board. And
We
I
do.
didn't expect that we would. Or I guess I don't know what I expected to hear. Since you never heard them all the first season, like it was just like a regular voice. The anticipation killed me, and I got nothing for it. I'm just saying. Dylan, excuse me, Dylan goes and he's readying himself for the task at hand this particular evening, and that is him doing a 2-man job of waking up Helly, Irving, and Mark. He's decided to stay back home. Helly even tries to like offer to do it for him simply because she knows that he has a son and he's really anxious to like be able to meet his son, but he's willing to take that hit. So that happens. Dylan actually pulls it off, which I was actually surprised. I guess I shouldn't have been like they had to wake up, but I was actually surprised because the switches were on either side of the room. He barricaded himself in with the expectation that someone would come in and try and stop him, which ends up happening in episode 9. But he barricaded himself in. He was able to reach across the room and open and wake everyone up. And my question,
Okay.
they knew Doug was no longer with us. Why didn't they deactivate the card? Like anybody that works like in a secure building, and I'm fairly certain there may be a few of you that are watching. The day you are no longer employed there, whether it be by you know, your own choice or not, the card is immediately deactivated.
I don't know that it is deactivated. I think they have to take it out.
What do you mean? Take what out?
Are you talking about the chip that's in there?
No. Doug's card that gets him into the security room, the room that Dylan got into to wake everybody up.
I don't.
You
Okay.
you didn't even hear me.
I don't know
Do you
what you mean.
guys- So okay.
So go ahead, keep going.
No, I'm just gonna re-explain it. You ready?
Hang on. I think somebody said that the camera's cutting off some of the messages. Is this
Oh.
true? So I got to move the camera back some.
Oh
Is that
my
what's going on?
gosh. Hold on a second. It looks fine.
Oh. All right, we're just
To
gonna
me,
leave it
it
at that.
does.
Okay.
I
Just gonna
mean,
leave it like that.
where you work, which we will not disclose, but where you work, do you have a security card?
I do.
Okay. The day that you stop working there, they deactivate your card.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Not exactly. They just take it back. That's fine.
It's
I understand what
also-
you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Move on.
Now y'all know what I have to deal with. But
Card deactivated.
yeah, well, that's pretty much. Ooh,
sorry.
somebody getting feisty, y'all. Feisty. So basically that's the end of Helly kisses Mark, and they start flirting, which I thought was really cute. Because they start talking about what if I'm like your spouse on the outside, blah blah blah. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
neither one of them have anything to look forward to. You want to give them something.
I do like that. It's an interesting component as they go forward, like especially if his wife is still alive, and she starts to develop feelings for him. Because I mean, Mark's all right, you know.
Well, he knows his wife is still alive, but now jumping into episode 9, way into episode 9. She's still alive, but she's no longer working at Lumen. How do you find her? How do you?
I don't know.
Mhm.
I like, how did you even assume
that he would never find out?
Or she would? Yeah.
It's a great
like,
question.
did they do that to her to get him to sign up for this?
Well, so we'll come back to that question because that's a very, very good question. So guys, episode 9, basically everybody's woken up. Irving has woken up. And gosh, his character just breaks my heart, guys. I love his character so much because he's so sweet. But he wakes up, Helly wakes up. So Irvin wakes up in his apartment painting again. Excuse me. And he's like starting to, throughout the course of the episode, he's researching basically who he is, what his likes are, what his dislikes are. And then you find that he has already, his Audi has already mapped out all of the employees' spaces, like where they live and how far from him they are, et cetera, et cetera. Well, he finds that he already has Bert's address. So he goes to Bert's house and he finds that Bert's already like happily married. Oh, it's so sad. But anyway, Helly wakes up and she's at a function. And where does she wake up? Go ahead, take it away.
She was backstage, wasn't she?
At backstage at a function for Lumen, where she's going to be like basically the spokesperson and the, I did it and this is how wonderful and amazing it is.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's got to be a trip, right? That's got to be a hell of a ride right there to see you hate yourself the most. Out of everybody in the world, you probably hate you more than anything. Like that still, to me, I've never thought that would be probably the most intriguing part of this show, is that her worst enemy was herself. And then she had to write, or she had to send herself videos yelling at herself, telling her, I'm quitting or I'll cut my fingers off.
Mm-hmm.
And the other woman was, or her Audi was like, listen, I dare you. I dare you. I swear. Ooh, go ahead. Do it. So I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like this before. I thought that was really well done.
Right. So while Helly is trying to navigate that situation and is ready to just like put everything on Front Street about how she perceives as the employees being treated, how there's no freedom, et cetera, you have her going through that. You have Irving figuring out his life, and you have Mark at his sister's house for a book reading for his brother-in-law. Initially, when he sees his sister as his innie and she's holding the baby, he mistakes her for his wife, and the baby as being their child together. But because him and his sister have like this odd relationship and they make like weird statements to each other, when he makes the statement, she doesn't.
It's the same relationship me and you have. It's exactly the same relationship me and you have. There's no difference. As a matter of fact, when I heard them talk
Right.
back and forth, I was like, oh, that's
familiar.
my sister. Yep.
So they go through that. He ends up he tells his sister, I have basically like a life-changing thing that I want to discuss with you. And she's busy with the baby. So Miss Selvig is there and she's so nosy. She's all like, well, what were you talking about? What's this life-changing decision that you were going to make? So he tells her, which I don't think I ever would have done. He tells her, I was planning on leaving Lumen, and she gives him a hug and she says, do it, save yourself, or something along those lines. He keeps trying to have this conversation with his sister and it keeps getting, pushed aside. Have a stupid book reading. Which again, I don't know. This whole show kind of makes me feel bad because with him not knowing his brother-in-law the way his Audi knows his brother-in-law, when he tries to tell him, he calls him Mr. whatever their last name is. I have it in my notes, but I can't remember. I don't want to look at it. He calls him Mr. But he's approaching him as if he's like a fan. And he tells him, like, your book was life-changing for me.
Yeah.
But he thinks, the brother-in-law thinks like he's making fun of him.
Yeah.
Aw.
I mean, I guess it all depends on who's reading it,
But he's saying, I very well know what you think of me. Like, you don't have to.
I thought that too. I thought the exact same thing that Mark would have thought. He's kind of pretentious, and I but I understand where they're coming from and what they're projecting. It's kind of like art. It just depends on who sees it and what
Right.
time they see it
Right.
and how impactful it could be in their lives. It just all depends on the time and place and who's
digesting it.
yeah.
Well, so he goes on. He finally is able to tell his sister. I thought they would never get to it. Like, as many interruptions that they had, I thought they were never going to get to it. But he finally tells, excuse me, before he tells his sister, he's trying to get away from Miss Selvig, but he doesn't know her name is Miss Selvig.
Right.
So he accidentally calls her, excuse me, Cobell. And she has her bing bing moment. So she leaves the party to try and like shut everything down. She's calling Milchek. He's not answering the phone. She's trying to get to where Helly is at the function because she doesn't want Helly to give up the beans or whatever.
Yeah.
And she passes Irving. Irving wasn't even a thought in anybody's mind at this point. Excuse me. So Mark finally tells the story to his sister Devin, and when after he's finished telling the story, and they're kind of like gaming out what they're gonna do, like if they're gonna go to like a news outlet to try and like get an investigative journalist into it and all this and everything. They finally get that together, and then he makes a statement. He's like, "Well, why is Miss Cobell here?" And Devin doesn't know her by Cobell. She knows her by Selvig. And when he describes who it is, and he says, "That's my boss," she loses her mind because she left her with the baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, towards the end, I really didn't understand a lot of what was happening, except for when, he found out that his wife, or that Mark's wife, is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, oh, they had me back in the game, because for a while there, it got kind of it got a little
busy.
It started to drag a little bit, and then there was them goats. And
I don't give Fletch any ammo. Don't give him any.
I don't think he's in here. He's waiting for us to stop talking.
Fletch, no. So it was just too much information, or not enough information.
I mean, it was good about it. Mm-hmm. And then it started to, kind of trail off.
Mm-hmm.
And then it picked up again, probably about second to last, when they were trying to break out and meet themselves.
Yeah.
So I found that pretty good. I like those last.
What would you have done if you were presented with these same exact circumstances? Because their plan was, before we get into that, I apologize. Their plan was, when Annie wakes up, was to tell anybody who they first see that's around. Well, Helly can't do it because everybody who's around her is involved in it. Mark is trying to do it, and Irving has nobody. Poor Irving. Oh my gosh. So what would you? I feel so bad for him.
Why?
He's the sweetest little. He's so demure might not be the proper word, but he's gentle. He's like very. Okay, whatever. So, but what if you were pick any one of those three characters, and what would have been your?
I mean, I get it. He was brokenhearted. I understand that, and I did feel for him, And to your question,
yeah,
what would I do? Mm-hmm. I would quit. I would quit, especially if I was Helly. I'd have quit.
But I think she tried to, and everybody laughed at her when she said
she tried to leave like 87 times.
No. But no, what I'm saying is, like, if you were presented with these same circumstances and you were woken up, what would you do if you were woken up and either you were Irving with no one there, you were Mark and can't really talk to your sister, or you were Helly in the
what do you mean? What do I do?
Event that she was in. Well, would you have been Helly and just been like screaming from the rafters, like not waiting for her to have her spotlight moment? Like, would you just be running through the crowd like, hey, blah, blah, blah? Would you be Irving and run out into the street and say, hey, guys, or hey, you guys? Or would you be Mark and just like shut down the book party? Like, who cares about the book party? This is me. This is what's going on.
So knowing that I mean, if I was Helly, I'd probably shut that whole party down. Like I'm telling everybody everything as fast as I could. I'm not even taking a breath. Like I'm just yelling it at people until they get it, because ain't no telling when you might flip out,
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
and go away.
Right.
So yeah, I'm telling everybody, listen, everyone, put your plates down. Check this out. I am here to stay. Okay, I am here to stay. That other Helly is done. You hear me? What y'all are doing is criminal. This is terrible. I want out.
Oh my God. No.
You wouldn't?
I would. I would be screaming from the rafters, probably. Like they would probably end up putting me in a ward somewhere.
Well, just half of you. The other half would be fine.
Which one would do that? It wouldn't be the Audi.
Saggy Star says, I don't understand the waffle party.
You don't understand the waffle party, but we now know why Dylan was so excited for these waffle parties, because he had some exotic dances in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn waffle party.
Because you never understand. You're just like, why is he so excited for waffles? Yeah, no, it's not just the waffles. Nope.
No,
sir.
I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Let me keep my thoughts to myself.
No. The whole point of this is
he was big.
So
I didn't take it past that. I was like, oh, he's a big person. He wants waffles. He's excited for waffles. So that's what I thought. I didn't think about it no further than that. So I'm sorry.
That's what I thought too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, he's thick. Yep, he's thick. This thick dude cannot wait on the Magos. Yeah, that's what I thought. So
stupid. Okay. So, was there anything else about that you wanted to discuss?
No, I'm just gonna address Saggy Star real quick.
You want to look at some of the comments?
Saggy Star said, "Did you watch the end of Earth Abide?" Not yet. Okay, not yet.
I'm sorry.
Not yet. It was either watch the rest of Earth Abides or bang my head on this desk. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to do more. So I'm actually going to finish watching Earth Abides.
Really?
Yeah, because I owe it to them. And she said that it actually gets better. And
is there a antagonist in it? Like that's what
I don't know.
That's what you were looking for.
I mean, I don't think she's telling the truth. I just think this shows.
Stop.
I think she's setting me up for the fall, but that's all right. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna finish it. I told her I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it.
All right. Well, when you watch it, I guess are you gonna review it? Like I'll be here for you. I'm not gonna watch it. I am not gonna watch it.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
No.
We are a team. We are a goddamn team. If I watch it, you watch it. Yup. No, you ain't setting me up. Yeah.
Oh, fast forward.
You gonna bring your butt right on this couch right here, and we gonna watch that mess together, huh? That way, if you fall asleep, I'll wake you up.
Nope. Oh gosh.
Yep, we gonna watch it together.
With
That's what it is.
Stop it.
Episode 5 has an antagonist. See, there you go. There you go. We got an antagonist to look forward to.
Good. No, you have an antagonist. See, that's why I told you can't stop watching it. And we stopped the episode before the antagonist showed up. You see, they were setting the scene.
No. Every episode I was watching like this. I don't want to do this no more. Everybody had that look on their face like, wait a minute, I feel like I've been tricked. This looked like some BS at this point.
Shut up.
Where all these 19 kids come from all of a sudden? And every week they didn't had a litter. They had a litter of children.
It was 7 years later. At one point, it was. That's true.
I was like, wait a minute. All these goddamn kids come from?
Somebody's got to repopulate the earth. And as far as they knew, they were the only ones.
All right. Okay, Saggy Star. I'm doing this. Okay. And I'm going to review it because you said it got better. But Saggy Star.
No, he's going to review it with Bose. It's fine.
We. Saggy Star, listen. I'm telling you right now. Saggy Star. I'm telling you right now, this is just as terrible.
I guess reviewing it too. Okay.
Saggy Star says, so I have a question. What's the premise of Severance like? It's really good, but super confused, and I'm lost. Why do they have to be there and forget whatever is? So it's basically a
Social experiment.
yeah. Um, they want to try to separate a human being into a work self, and that way the home self is not burdened by what they have to go through at work, or to be able to hold secrets, stuff like that. What they didn't count on was there being a split personality, and that the people at work would want their own life. So now they have to deal with two separate people instead of just an office worker and the homebody. Like you're dealing with two different people who want two different things in life. So that's a pretty good aspect. So it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah,
definitely worth watching. What you got?
I think that's it for Severance, guys. Remember,
you can bring Fletch back in. Fletch.
Before Fletch comes back, remember, season 2, episode 1 drops tomorrow on Apple. We will be reviewing that next Thursday. He wants so bad to review it before then, but
I feel like I feel like we're like way late. Nobody cares about the first episode when the second episode comes on tomorrow.
Well, then it'll just be a review for them.
But it's fine. Like, this is the only day we can really get together because I don't work on Fridays, and
Bro, I work from home. Will you stop it? But we will be hopefully soon. We will be able to do more frequent lives, more reviews, more quickly. We are discussing that right now to see how we can make that work. So we will keep you posted if that is something that will be happening soon. But again, next week we'll be doing season 2, episode 1 of Severance. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And then now we are going to move on into.
Hang on real quick. I just got to answer one question.
Sure.
Saggy Star says, so basically they aren't really doing anything on the computer. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
She was, Helly was told that she would feel it.
Whatever scares you.
Yeah. The numbers would scare her when it was time to like package them up. I have no idea what the hell she was doing, but yeah, they're not really doing anything. They're not doing much. I don't know if that's like a second experiment that they're doing. Maybe they'll explain that.
Well, yeah, because what Bert and crew were doing, they had gardening tools.
Yeah.
And the guy had the goat.
You're welcome, Saggy Star. That's fine.
Okay. So you ready? I'll let you start this one.
What we doing? What we got?
Heretic.
Yep. Listen, I don't know how to describe this movie. If you have not seen Heretic, you need to go right now. Well, not right now. You need to finish this first. Finish this first.
That's right.
And then go watch it. When you do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Come on back.
That's right.
Hang out with us. Tell your friends about us so we
sir.
can grow a little bit. Trying to grow this channel.
Heretic, by the way, guys, you can stream it now on Amazon Prime. If you are interested in watching, I'll let you go ahead and start it.
Saggy Star says, finally something you like. I know, right? It just seemed like I hate everything. I know it seemed like that, but I don't. I promise you, I don't.
He doesn't, guys.
So, Fromaholic Fletch recommended this to me on Discord, which you all can go on Discord right now and hang out. We can talk about everything. But he said that this was pretty good and that we needed to watch it.
It actually really was.
And I promise you, this movie had me thinking the entire time. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, it just piques your interest. It stars Hugh Grant and what's her name?
Really?
Yeah, well,
Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East.
And I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's basically centered around
religion,
but not in the way that you think, where it's like preachy or anything like that. It's trying to. I don't want to give it away. I'm not going to give it away.
We're here. At one point you even look at this and you're like, was this written by atheists? It was actually written by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, but it's a movie that will. I mean, it's got its small horror aspect to it, but most of it just goes over. It has a lot of theology in it. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a little heavy in that. But it's not something that you can't follow. Like they do explain everything that they're discussing. But it does make you think about I don't want to say your beliefs or your belief system, just how you arrive at those beliefs. Is
Yes.
that a good way to say that?
Yeah. So the
Okay.
challenge, basically, Hugh Grant is someone who requested that these two young ladies, or that someone from the Church of
Mormonism.
Mormons,
Mm-hmm.
would come to his house and talk to him about, he was more interested in their religion and how he could be a part of it. So they show up to his house, and when they get there, he's a little creepy, he's a little weirded out, and he starts to talk to them about religion and the difference between Christianity and all these other
Judaism
religions,
and Islam.
and he tells them that he said, by the end of this, he said, I've been all over and I found
the one true
religion. He said, and this, it could scare you. You may even want to die if you find out. And I was like, ooh, let's go. I am so interested now. He had me hooked. Right then and there. I was like, wait a minute. The one true, he knows something I don't know. So he takes you down this rabbit hole, and it's very, very interesting, very dark, and very, very well thought out movie. I would suggest that you go watch this, and it's definitely worth it. I think this is a movie that I'm going to buy.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is a movie that I could watch probably more than once. This is a very, very good movie, and there are not a lot of movies that will make me.
I know I will watch it more than once, and you and I have talked about the one person who would definitely be interested in this movie. But like I said, I know I'll watch it again. I don't know if I will buy it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy it.
Okay.
This is a like a mind.
Yeah, it's a bender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you like stuff like that, you need to go check this out. You will definitely not be disappointed. It is not like Earth Abides. Okay, so much better. So much better.
Well, I have a few questions.
Yep.
Because when they first got, well, can we talk about what they're first talking about when the movie even opens?
1, 2, 3, go.
Well, but they're talking about stuff. She's talking about movies.
I mean, you don't have to. Did you do this?
I did. I don't know what to say.
What are you, 6? Are they talking about this? You have children, for
Can
God's
I
sake.
say that though?
What?
I have a child, and can I say that? And she's an adult.
Can you say what?
I said the movies that portray that.
What?
I'm not. Anyway, so they're talking about having intercourse on film. And you better shut it. Shut up. And condoms and all kinds of stuff. But they're not, like, I don't want to say nuns. They're not nuns. They are sisters. They are sisters of the Mormon faith. And I was pretty taken aback when I heard that, because I wasn't expecting that. But anyway, they get to this guy's house. Let me tell you something. There were very many signs. They would never have ended up in this circumstance if they just, on sign number 1, decided to turn and run.
No, they were done. They were done immediately.
The door?
Yeah, they were done. The second they. Oh, you mean before they stepped to the house?
Right.
No, they could have gotten away then, but.
No, yeah. After they got in the door, they weren't able to leave, and you don't really find that out until later when they try to leave and the door won't lock, and he says it's on a timer but that's not true, because he was able to open the door when other people came to the house looking for him.
Okay, so basically, I'm going to set it up.
Go ahead,
so,
you do that.
I'm not going to give anything away. I'm just going to tell you how it starts.
I'm giving it all away, guys.
So the two young ladies, they come to the door. They ask him if he's interested in hearing more about the religion. He says yes.
Mm-hmm.
They come in, or no, they're standing at the door, and they're kind of
They already know something is not
they
right.
feel like something is off,
Right.
but they're saying we can't come in unless your wife is here.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, yes, she's in the back. She's making
Pie.
She's making a pie. She's making blueberry pie.
Man, let me tell you. Oof, go ahead.
So she comes.
My heart dropped.
They go in. He takes their jackets, and once the door closes, that's it. Like the door's locked. They can't leave. They don't know this yet, but they're in. They sit down on the couch. They start having a discussion about church and the different religions. I think Christianity,
Judaism, Islam, and Mormonism.
Yeah. So while they're discussing that, and he's dealing with he's trying to explain it to them. He actually knows more about religion than they do, and they are impressed. Well, one of them's impressed. The other one is kind of nervous because she still hasn't seen the wife yet.
Mm-hmm. And she continuously asks about the wife.
She says, "Well, she's making the blueberry pie, so I'll go get her here in a second."
Mm-hmm.
So he gets up and he leaves, and he's gone for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
While he's gone, there's a candle that's lit in front of them.
Oh, my heart dropped, y'all. My heart dropped.
The music picks up. She slowly turns the candle around, and it's a blueberry pie candle.
So this whole time they're thinking that quote unquote wife is making this blueberry pie. This what they're smelling is coming from this candle sitting right in front of their face. And he made it so that it was known. Like he wasn't trying to hide it.
We're not going to give it away, Saggy. I promise. We're not going to give it away.
He blew the candle out in front of their face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And then at that point, they're given choices. And it is a horror movie, but it's not a horror movie in the way that you
traditional sense.
Right? There's no running around and killing or any of that stuff. The horror comes in what Hugh Grant is saying.
Yes. His disposition, his mannerisms, and how
his persona, his nice attitude.
He's threatening, but he's not menacing, if that makes sense.
Right. He's very just matter of fact. Like this is the way things are. You need to do this. And we'll see how it goes. And basically they ask him, what happens if we choose wrong? And he just goes,
yeah. He says, I don't know, because it hasn't happened yet, basically.
It's kind of like his face does something very minuscule, but it tells so much. Like he's saying that it could be bad, like really, really bad, without saying it. And I feel like that's what I really loved about this movie. There were so many small
nuances,
things, that you could pick up on. And later on, when things are explained, you're just like, "Wow, I missed that. I wish I had caught on to that." So, I'm not going to talk about it any further, but I will say that this is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can't spoil this. I cannot spoil this. You must go because it wasn't on the list. We didn't say we were going to talk about it, and I don't want to ruin it for people.
All right.
So definitely go watch this. It is absolutely incredible.
All right, guys. We won't spoil it for you. We will just reiterate one more time. If you're into like theology, a little bit of horror, a little bit of mystery, because the way that things were put together by one of the girls in the movie was actually, like you were saying, like you didn't pick up on it or whatever. I kind of picked up on it, but I thought it was one thing I didn't pick up on. But whatever. But if you're into theology, mystery, and horror,
horror. It's more like a suspense thriller.
Yeah, well, it's labeled as horror.
I know. Yeah.
Come on for me. We think that you guys will like this. If you do watch it, and whatever you think of it, good, bad, ugly, drop us a line. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Be more than interested to know what you thought of that movie.
I think so.
All right, what you got? Giving them looks.
So, guys. So you talked about Skeleton Crew.
Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh.
So What specifically?
So it had Skeleton Crew accompanied all of the amazing shows like
What do you mean?
like Andor,
Mm-hmm.
I forget all the what were the other ones?
The one with Pascal. What's his name?
Pedro Pascal.
Pascal.
Yeah. The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Yeah.
All of those shows. Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
They ruined all of those. They ruined every single one. Every one. They just blew up. It was the worst. It was the worst, absolute worst I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually pretty terrible. It was actually pretty awful. And it I don't know, they just seem like they're there to present cuddly animals with a lot of stupid childish dialogue. They did Obi-Wan, while Obi-Wan Kenobi had a lot of nice visuals towards the end, especially towards the end when he was fighting Vader. It was an amazing scene.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else that led up to that was just dumb. It was so dumb. Like, and I know, I know whoever saw it in the whoever saw Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a scene in Obi-Wan where they're chasing Princess Leia through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, there were 3
in this Skeleton Crew.
No,
in the real one.
No, in another show.
Oh, okay.
There were 3 people chasing her through the woods. They got as close to her as me and you are right now,
and couldn't get her.
No, and everybody noticed that. And they were like, "What?" Right? And I'm just gonna give you another instance. Right? I'm just gonna give you another for instance. There's a fence. I should have brought this up so I could.
Lisa said Boba Fett was.
Boba Fett was awful. Boba Fett was awful, terrible. There's a scene. I am not lying to you. I don't know who thought this up. There's a scene where Obi-Wan comes up on a fence. It's like an electric fence.
Okay.
Right? And he uses his lightsaber to destroy the fence, so the electric fence, so he can walk through it. There's space on the outside of the fence. He could have just walked around. He could have just walked around. I'm like, what are you doing? Again, another scene that everybody noticed. I was like, this is the dumbest show.
Too far.
I'm done with this. Done. It was so bad. It was so bad. I should make you go back and watch it. It was awful. I was like, so terrible. Made me sick. Lisa Wright said, how did they not catch Leia? Right? Did you see that scene? They were right there next to her, and they did not catch. They were like, come here, you little, just pick her up. Just pick her up. She's right there. Just reach out.
She's not a kid.
With your hands and grab her. They were like splitting up. She was like 7. They were like, you go that way.
She was a kid. Oh.
Chris, she was so slow. And they were running uphill. They were like, you go that way. I'll go this way. No, just go get her. Just go get her. She's right there.
No.
Stupid. No. Dumb show. Mandalorian, another terrible one. First season, great.
Season,
terrible.
Yeah. You know what? So my daughter and I, we like to watch shows together. And when we watched Mandalorian, the first season, we were like, we were excited about season 2. When we watched season 2, we were so upset because 1, it was slow. And then 2, it was like, why does he keep having like all these side quests? Can he just do?
Yeah, it was like a video game.
Right.
It was like a video game. It was absolutely terrible. And then they brought in, are you talking about Boba Fett? Or
Mandalorian.
Yeah, so then they had Mandalorian and Boba Fett team up. And then they had like these Power Ranger kids coming on these bright ass bikes.
Right. No, you watched it.
No, I'm not watching.
You did.
No, I didn't finish watching.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm turning this off. Yeah, I wasted enough of my time. I'm not watching no more of this trash.
What?
Huh?
No.
No, I'm not watching. They didn't know what to do with him.
They didn't. They
just had him on screen.
They didn't. I'm glad he found another role. I like him in what's the show that we're going to be reviewing again?
Frankenstein said Obi-Wan was one of the best shows to hit Disney. The only thing that made it better was the cameo of Crypto holding a lightsaber.
Okay, stop
Here
with
we
the
go.
crypto.
Here we go.
Enough with the crypto.
Goddamn crypto. You just got to get it in. That's all right. Lisa Wright said Obi-Wan has some issues, but I liked it. I liked Obi-Wan too.
I didn't watch Obi-Wan either.
So
a lot of the shows that you're talking about, like after Mandalorian is when I started actually critiquing the commercials for the shows a little bit more, and I was like, I'm not watching this.
The fight. So in that show, right? They showed that how Obi-Wan was given he had to protect the children. That was his charge. And he wasn't feeling like a Jedi anymore. Like he didn't feel it. So he kind of like lost his powers or whatever. Towards the end of the series, he has to fight Vader. And I'm telling you, probably one of the best fight scenes.
Really? I was just about to ask you if it was like Mario fighting the dragon.
It was absolute. If it was like a cake, right?
Oh,
it would be that.
Guys, do you hear this?
Middle. It was perfect.
Enough.
It was absolutely perfect. It was perfect. They had Vader come down. They were fighting. They were using their powers and stuff. It was beautiful. It's just surrounded by trash. It was just surrounded by trash. All right, so I'm gonna move into I can't talk about this anymore because it burns me up. It was such a waste. Skeleton Crew is decent if you're 5. If you're 5, you want to watch Skeleton Crew, you should do it, right? Because it's not bad at all. It's like watching Alf. I don't know if you remember Alf.
Oh, I loved Alf. I'm sorry. Alf was so good. As a matter of fact, it's funny that you say it. I'm not even going to lie, guys. I was talking to one of my best friends, and I was saying, if they did another Alf, I would watch it because I remember watching Alf when I was little, walking around the house.
Oh, look, we just lost somebody who was watching because you were talking about Alf. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. So
Alf was good. Sorry, guys.
It wasn't. So I'm gonna move into
Did you see the face though?
First of all,
did you see the face
before I even go into the show?
Okay.
A lot of times with these shows, I will fast forward through the intro. That song, I don't know why. I love that song. I don't know why. It just hits you different.
I think you just need to get out more.
You don't like that?
I didn't say I disliked it, but I am also not like making it on my playlist.
I didn't put it on my playlist. I didn't say I put it on my playlist. I'm just saying I didn't fast forward through it. God, you always gotta make stuff weird. Anyway.
Go ahead.
So I'm looking for y'all theories because it goes down tomorrow.
It
right?
does.
It's the
last episode, season.
Yeah.
2.
And then you only got one more after this. 3 seasons. 3 books?
4.
4 seasons?
Yeah, they confirm they confirm seasons 3 and 4, and that 4 will be the last season.
Yeah. So I was hit with with a theory the other day, also from Fletch, because Fletch, I don't know what Fletch does for a living. I think he builds like rockets or something. Because he keeps hitting me with all this stuff, like blowing my mind. Fletch, thanks.
Do you build rockets?
So he told me the other day that because it had always bothered me.
Guys, we're sorry. Oddly enough, we are still just like we're right on the tail end of whatever this was that we had. So he's still coughing. As you've noticed this week, I think I'm pretty good. So
Life in the Bushes says the last episode is out right now.
Again, it did it.
That is
stop. No.
I feel like
it's a practical joke they're doing on this. I have a screen grab because I knew it was going to happen. It said coming this Friday, and as far as I'm aware, it's only 9:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I feel like we should watch it.
No, What were you saying? We will watch, we will review. If we decide to we'll discuss after we end our live tonight whether or not we will choose to come on tomorrow. He is itching to come on tomorrow. So we'll discuss. If we do, we will definitely drop a thumbnail and let you guys know so you can come on back. But until then, please talk about what you think your theory is.
Like, share, subscribe before I go into the theory.
Please do.
Appreciate that. Tell your friends. Trying to grow this channel.
Yep.
I feel like I gotta stop saying it. It's like begging. Please tell somebody about our show.
Well, please tell somebody about our show.
Okay, so he said it had always bothered me when Silo 17.
17 is where she is with Solo. 18 is where she came from.
Okay, so 17, they broke out of, right? The people, they wanted to go outside and they went out. They opened the doors and they went outside.
Wait. Solo's silo is Silo 17.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the people that are outside on the ground deceased are from 18? From Juliet's silo? Repeat yourself, please, because that's what you said. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Say it again. Oh, Fletch is back. Say it again.
What?
Repeat yourself, please. You said 17 is where they came from. 18 is where they came from.
No.
You did say y'all heard him.
No. I'm gonna repeat it.
Repeat it. Let's go. No, it's on video. Okay. You said 18 is where they came from.
No,
but go ahead.
I said 17 or 18. You said 18 is where she was from. So I said 17. And I said, okay, the people that came out of 17, and you were like, who? The people from 50?
Y'all, that's not what happened. But go ahead. So the people from 17.
So the people from 17 got out, right? They got past the doors, and they were really far away from the doors.
Rewind the tape. That's right. We it'll happen. Don't even worry about it. Go ahead.
I'm on it right now.
How much time
I'm
is
on
this?
it right now.
No.
I'm on it right now. I was talking about you a minute ago, huh? You just should have been here.
He's getting there. He's trying to get there, but I keep interrupting him. I apologize.
He
Go
hit
ahead.
me with this. He said that it didn't make sense, and it didn't make sense to me either, that they had gotten so far from the door without dying. And Solo said when they first met that there must have been like a break or something in the gas that allowed them to survive. That allowed them to survive for a while before they died, which didn't make any sense to me. None. Right? It just, that's not how stuff works. Right? They were outside. They were a good ways away from their silo.
Right.
So the theory was that the controlling silo.
Oh, okay.
Or whoever the voice is figured out that they had broken out and then gassed them somehow. Like,
but how do you out of doors? How do you gas a mass of people like that?
I completely understand, but how do you survive outside when they're saying that there's no breathable air?
But then you question, is it true?
Yes. That is my question.
Oh. So we went down. Oh, okay. So guys, is it true?
So I'm just wondering, is Dennis Wright says Solo is a character in Silo?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little confusing. It's a little confusing. It is. Yeah, it's just it's hard for me to figure out, right? I can't. I need some theories, man. I need help. Okay.
He needs help, guys.
Fletch suggested that they were gassed, and I'm trying to figure this out. So I need theories right now. I need to know what you guys are thinking before this last episode.
Well, Fletch is already watching and says it's amazing. Please,
Fletch, don't
give it away.
Fletch,
don't give it away. No.
Fletch, man. God damn it, I want to watch it too.
You can watch it when we're done.
I will.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Gosh.
I'm sorry.
I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. They did it to us last week. They did it to us again this week. But
Dennis Wright said their government is untrustworthy like ours. I agree. Again, a lot of people blame the mayor.
Yep, the mayor. Yep.
I don't blame the mayor.
Okay.
I do not.
And
blame
would you like to explain to the group as to why, again, you don't blame the mayor, Mr. Bernard,
Okay.
because he seems to be at the center of everything that's happening in Silo 18.
All right. I'll explain to you like this.
And he lies a lot.
And
he's killed 2 people that we know of minimally.
Right. But his charge was to protect the silo.
Mm-hmm.
So if he hadn't done what he had done, right,
Mm-hmm.
we just found out about the voice, right? Who
Mhm.
knows what that voice could have done had that silo gotten away from him, right? You blame him for the death of the
Original mayor and for Judge Meadows.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But in his mind, these are necessary steps to keep the silo running, right?
Right, but I'm going to pose to you yet again, and
Yeah.
we're going to go down the same path that we do every week. When do you, as the mayor, Bernard, whatever role that you take, when do you step back and say, like this doesn't either feel right, look right, seem right? These people are humans too. Like, when do you just take that human look at what you're doing versus saying, I'm going to keep in line with what the pact, what this book, this document is saying that I need to do?
You don't.
Okay.
You don't. And I know it seems harsh, and I know it seems like it's heartless. But what does Spock say? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. In order for them to keep going,
We don't went to Star Trek, y'all.
in order for them to continue to
I
survive.
don't think he knows what Star Trek is, by the way. But
Who?
go ahead, Bernard.
No.
I don't
In
know.
order for them
I don't
to
think he knows a
survive,
spot.
you have to make the decision. You have to make the decision that will keep people alive, no matter how horrible it may seem, no matter how heartless it may. I'll put it to you like this: I was a soldier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
I was sent to war. Right.
Mhm.
Am I a killer? Right. Would you blame me?
Those
I have no dog in this fight. Like I'm not over there like, yeah, let's do this. Like,
but those circumstances are different though. That's a complete, and I'll explain to you why. You were one of a larger group that were given the same lack of a better term, marching orders, right? He is one of one that has access to this information, right? So he is the only one making these decisions based on centuries old document.
Okay.
Very different circumstances.
I don't see that they are.
Okay.
I don't see that they are.
Okay.
I think I while I agree with you, and I would stop Bernard, right?
Mm-hmm.
I understand where he's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand what he's doing. This is his job. This is his charge. It's this or everyone dies.
Mm-hmm.
So in his mind, he has to. And that was presented to you how committed he was, because he loved the judge, right? And he is so committed to his position that he took out the woman that he loved, which was crazy. First of all, before I go any further, that whole scene where he had her wearing that
over here, I'm sorry, gaslighting everybody. Talk about, do we think someone dies in the final episode? You watching it right now? You know what happens. Knock it off.
That scene where she had the VR goggles on. Oh, that had me tripping. She was like, "Oh, what are those?"
Yeah, I know. Yes, Fletch, we've seen Fallout, and I'm right now. They've halted recording of it due to the fires that they're having out in California. So I can't wait till they are able to start recording again, because I am so excited for season 2. But I apologize that I keep interrupting with the comments.
No,
but
you're good.
Go ahead.
Fallout is amazing.
Yes, it's very good.
I can't wait for that to happen.
Mm-hmm. But you were talking about Judge Meadows with the VR goggles.
Yeah, that whole scene. He's like, "Those are birds." You see that over there? Where? Yeah. Those are called wildebeests. I know it was meant to be
educational.
No, I know it was meant to be like this soft,
Yes.
like
Well,
loving
but
moment.
to us, it looks
But that
silly,
was funny.
right?
Watch her.
Yeah.
It just
Well-
looked ridiculous, especially since she was about to die. I'd have been like, "Get off of me, man! What did you give me, dog? What did you give me?" Whoa! Like we, like she never. I don't even. Did she ask for an antidote?
No, I don't think he had one.
I feel like it serves her right, man. It was her own fault.
I can't even.
It was her own fault. She was just like, "How much time do I have left, dude? What? Listen, where's the thing? Where's the thing at? Where's the thing at, Bernard? Where's the antidote, Bernard?"
I'm gonna say he didn't have an antidote. I'm sorry.
I mean, he probably did, but still, she wasn't acting like somebody who had just been poisoned. I'd have been in the bathroom like, just trying to. I'd have been in the bathroom like, I'd have been cussing him out. God damn you, Bernard!
Stomach hurts.
You wouldn't have done that? Would you just sat there and took it? How much time do I have left? No. I'd have rolled out. Huh? Cussing him all the way down the hall. God damn it, Bernard. Son of. It's fine.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I'm back. I'm back, baby. Okay. So you would have asked for an antidote that he.
I mean, he probably didn't have
Clearly
one.
wouldn't
I
have
just
had.
feel like it didn't feel like a woman who was actually
I
dying.
think she just kind of made peace with it because she knew that he'd done something that was untoward and just decided why even, because when he was, again, I'll go back to the measurements. He's taking measurements, not writing down a doggone thing. She knew something was funky right there.
So, from Holic Fletch, who probably has seen the episode and knows the answer to this question, I am with you. He says, adding to the theory that Silo 1 controls all of the others, 50, the 18 key thing Bernard has started flashing out of season 1.
Yep.
I believe that was
Yep.
Silo 1.
He's right. Yep.
I believe that
there's 51 silos.
So
because Bernard, when Lucas made reference to, because he said there was 50 silos and Bernard corrected him and said 51.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the tunnel down at the bottom,
mm-hmm.
I think all
leads to
50,
silo 1.
Yes. I think all 50 silos have a tunnel that leads to silo 1.
Okay. All right. Well, what would be the person of excuse me. What would be the purpose of it leading to silo 1, do you think? Because if they are creating havoc or gases or whatever like that, like what then would be the purpose of it getting to silo 1 if they don't really want to interact with the people of the silo? I don't know.
I guess so I feel like Fletch asked earlier, what do you think the measurements that they would take is? Like, what do you think that the bad thing is? Right? Remember, they warned that there was God, I can't think of the word.
Okay, we'll take your time.
Like, if he told that something would happen, right?
If Bernard was told something,
if
bad was it?
No, the nerdy dude, the
Lucas.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The voice told him that if he said anything to anybody,
mm-hmm. that something bad would happen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he used another word. I can't think of it right now, but
the consequences or whatever. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's gas.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think it's gas.
Do you think that's the only thing that they have to be able to combat, like, whatever people stepping quote unquote out of line or what have you? Like, that's the only thing that they would have?
I'm just trying to go in my brain. I'm just trying to think of a safeguard. Thank you. Safeguard. I'm just trying to think in my brain, what all could they do, right? Other than completely collapse.
The silo.
The silo, right?
Do
You
you
can't
think?
use water.
Why can't they? Because Solo's silo was filling with water. Why can't they?
That's true. It was, but where would it come from?
Wherever the water at the bottom of the silo is now, wherever it came from. I'm sure they have like some kind of valve, because where was Solo's water coming from? Also, do you think they're able to get into the silo just as like a
So the
member, quote unquote, of the silo?
so I think the water came from the engineers, or the engineer section. I think they fled it on purpose, but I don't
But it
know.
had
You
to come.
could be
No,
right.
but he was saying, excuse me, the reason why he was so desperate for Juliet to pump it out or get the pump start working again is because it was still rising, and he said he only had 10 months before it got to where he was in the vault.
All right. What do you think? What do you think happens in this episode?
I hope, because now if I'm looking at it in the way that episode 9 ended, Solo now in a sense has adopted a family with the young lady and the kid and her, I guess, husband. I don't know. But Juliet doesn't want to leave them in those circumstances. So she'll go back to Silo 18. She'll say, "Hey guys, let me back in," or "We need to rehab Silo 17 and we can split, like whatever group wants to be in Silo 17 since it's empty, right? Like the mechanical, and then you uppity people in the upper topper level, whatever they call them, y'all can stay over here and hash it out for yourself." Like, why wouldn't they? Why, but does what's his name, Bernard, allow that to happen?
So I
Probably
don't
not.
know. I don't know if Bernard will be in control. I mean, he would. I guess he would have to be some semblance of control, right?
Hmm.
I think he would have to stay in charge. So I feel like he's going to get some upgrade because he's not stupid.
Hmm.
He always seems, even when you think he's beat, he always seems to be able to come through some kind of way.
Right.
So I don't know if the voice is going to let the people in Silo 17 live. I hope they do.
Oh.
I don't. But again, I don't. You would have to know what the safeguard is.
Or how they would even access the people on Silo 17.
Also, you would think that Silo 1 would have known by now that Silo 17 was gone, right? But that there was still somebody inside.
Why would they have to know that someone's still inside?
Because the what do you call it? That room that they all go into.
The vault?
We'll call it that. Yeah.
The one that Solo's in?
Yeah.
Yeah, the vault.
So I think that they can figure out what's going on there. I think they know.
You think they have like where they have readings from
Yeah.
the computer, like if he's fiddling on the computers or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, that's just my theory. I think in this episode, Rachel Nichols, stupid. Juliet Nichols, I think she comes back this
Just
episode.
came up with a name.
And I think she cleans the
glass.
The camera lens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she, like, right before there's a revolution, either that or a revolution has already taken place.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, yeah, because you have Knox or whatever in the end of episode 9 talking about what they're going to do. Now, are they actually planning something, or is he still just is he okay, so are they actually, so you have him talking to Martha. Has he actually planned something and he's just trying to throw Martha and Bernard off? Or is he just trying to throw Martha and Bernard off and they don't have anything planned?
What are you talking about?
Knox and Shirley from Mechanical, when he goes back to Martha and he's like, I know who or when he says, "I have a plan. This is what we're going to do," and he starts talking about
Yeah,
gunpowder or whatever.
he was setting up Bernard. He knows.
Right, but does he have an actual plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Okay.
He's just setting up Bernard, and he knows, he understands that Martha would not
do it unless
she would
didn't have
unless she had
another.
to. So
Mhm.
so I think they know better, and they're going to kind of use that to their advantage in this
Mhm.
in this episode. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm very excited to see what is going on. I'm pretty sure we're not going to find out who's in Silo 1.
Well, you don't think so?
No, no, no. I don't think you find that out
Until
If-
until like season 3?
4.
Really?
I don't think you find out till season 4. Yeah.
I think you find out like at the end of season 3, and then season 4 ends up being like
The
them.
big fight the entire
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
Do you think that the air is breathable outside? That's a big question. Do you think that the air
I do.
outside is actually breathable?
I do. Because then if we go by your theory, excuse me, if we go by your theory and the Wizard of Oz people in Silo 1, and that they gassed the people that came out of Silo 17, did Juliet only become ill from whatever when Solo had to give her medication because the people in Silo 1 saw that she didn't like she had that she didn't die, and they were like, "More gas, guys, more gas. She's not going down. She's not going down."
No.
You got to pick a side, man.
No. Well, so I don't know where the gas would have come from. Like it would seem.
Well, that's my question.
Okay.
How is it in an open space? They're like pumping gas, like, unless this is not a quote unquote open space. It looks open, but it's not actually open.
So I feel like that the gas would not come from below; it would come from above.
Right, but it's still, if you're in an open space, it doesn't matter unless it's like, unless you have a mask on and you're breathing it in. Excuse me, and you're breathing it in, or a volcano just erupted, then it doesn't matter. You're not going to breathe in that much. If you're in an enclosed space, so is it like, does it look open, but it's not like it's an actual enclosed space?
I mean, it's possible. Live from the Butcher says the people on the other side were outside with no helmets on. They were fine at first. Yeah, that's what we were talking about, and how it didn't make sense. We were thinking that maybe one theory was that that Silo 1 had saw that things had gone haywire and started to get away from them, and maybe he had gassed them some kind of way. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense that they were outside walking around, and they were outside for a good bit and had not perished. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
And Dieter says, and with what purpose? For the I mean, what do you mean?
Well, he's talking about whether or not the air was breathable before that. Didn't they show it's not breathable? Did they show it wasn't breathable?
If the air is breathable, how come no roaches walk the camera? I feel like, now if it was me, I wouldn't bet my life on it. I'd be like, nah.
You're gonna, but wait, no, time out. Excuse me. You've been saying for weeks on end, just let me go outside. Let me show that you can go outside.
No. See,
what have you been saying?
No, I mean, I did say that.
Okay.
No, not like that. Not like that. You misunderstand. Listen,
Okay. Now I misunderstood.
the
All
thing
right.
is, right, that you can let them go outside, right? You can tell everyone to watch from the cafeteria or wherever, and you can send whoever they trust most outdoors, right? You have 5 minutes or however long you want to be outside to go outside and see for yourself that there ain't no damn birds, there ain't no grass, There ain't no trees.
Be dead by the time this experiment is done.
Okay, I'm gonna give you good tape. You wear this suit, go outside, you see everything's messed up. Then I want you to bring your ass back inside and shut up. I don't want you to say anything else. Okay, I don't want to hear you say another word about rebellion.
But so okay, maybe we don't know it yet. Maybe there's a passage in the pact that says don't do that.
I don't know. It would just seem that would be the easiest way to get everybody back in line. You can't live outside. Go look.
Yeah, but if they can't live outside, then why were they so upset that Juliet was given the good tape to protect her enough to be able to get to Silo 17?
Because the pact says that
they have to clean.
If they have to see them die.
Right.
Otherwise, it sparks a what if, which creates rebellion,
right,
which creates this. Now, in my mind, if you're asking me, I think that the pact had it right. Oh, we can debate this. We can debate this right now.
No, I don't want to.
All right, here's the thing, right?
We are just going to absolutely disagree on this point.
We're not.
Blank and period.
I feel like I can make you see. I feel like I can make you see my point. All right.
Go ahead.
I think we talked about this last week. If we had already done this, right? But your curiosity,
the rebellion,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we let you look at like magazines and pictures of the old days and all the stuff we used to do and all the things we used to have, and that sparked another rebellion, right? And we just kept going round and round on this hamster wheel until finally you were just like, look, listen, take all this stuff away, right? So they have no idea what they missed, and then just have these rules. And if this happens, you have to take out that, you have to separate that like a cancer, right? So that these people can survive. Why is that a bad thing?
Because regardless, I feel like regardless of whether or not, just very similar to Silo, regardless of whether or not you have the prior information or if you siphon me off from it, it's going to happen. It's going to happen regardless. Because human nature, as we've discussed before, you're curious.
I agree.
It's just a matter of how long it's going to take to get there. It's a matter of in what form it will come in.
But how much you willing to risk? How much you willing to risk? Like your life is fine right now, right? Your life is fine. You're not.
No, it's fine for a select group of individuals. It is not fine for everybody.
Well, that's the case right now.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
In real life. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But everything is fine for them. Now, I'm not saying that they need to accept what they are, but think about what they're doing for something that they have no idea is even true. They're just willing to sacrifice everything and everyone to go outside because they didn't see a woman die on a hill.
It's called hope. What? You have a problem with that term?
I mean,
you do a lot of things on blind faith, on blind hope throughout your entire life, right? So when your child learns how to drive, blind hope, blind faith. When you ask the person that you love to marry you, blind faith. Everything. When you're applying for a job and hoping that this is your, career to end all of whatever, blind faith. Like everything that you do throughout your life is blind faith. So why wouldn't you, especially for this, like the one thing that you're hoping to like break free of, especially that jerk Bernard and that moron Robert, you don't want to deal with them anymore. So you're just like, you know what? We the mechanical people or whatever, we run the silo. We know how to do this. Why do we need to deal with these dum-dums? Let's go do it ourselves. You break out. We know what's best.
Well, it's just like
Blind faith.
it's just like today, right? It's just like today. The only thing that I want for my family is for my son to prosper, grow up, and have a fantastic life, right? And my wife too, right? But it don't look like that shit's gonna happen, right? Because I don't know what's about to happen, right? The same thing with them. The same thing with them. They live. I mean, a lot of these people are middle age, except for Martha. God bless.
You leave Martha alone. She's cute.
Give her a comb at least.
No, I like her little pigtails.
No, you need to give Martha a comb. It looked like
she's
she'd
got
have been
curly
beat
hair
to
in the
death.
front.
Okay, Martha,
She's
you gotta do
cute.
something. Take off that Carhartt and go do your hair,
stop.
sweetie. Okay, get a roller, couple
Leave Martha
rubber
alone.
bands,
Stop it.
and I need you to go do something.
Move it away.
You've been at home for a long time. You've been home long enough to figure out how to braid your hair. Something,
guys.
you ain't got no reason to be company looking at you looking
ragging
like that.
on Martha?
You've seen her.
She has nowhere to go. Her wife isn't there anymore. She doesn't leave the house because she has agoraphobia.
She looked like that before.
Oh my!
She looked like that. Act like it was different. She had them two raggedy ponytails. Just looked dastardly.
Whatever. Moving on.
Look like Smedley. Anyway. Anyway.
Whatever.
So I understand what you're saying, but to me it's all part of like. I mean, not to go deep, but you want your family to survive.
Of course.
Survive.
Of course.
But it seems like no matter what or how much you seem to give people, they always want
exactly
more.
Yes.
That
is the normal progression of life, because whatever you get, it's not enough.
Well, that's the problem. That's why they keep dying.
Never enough.
That's why they keep dying. That's why they put the pack in. Gas their ass or something.
No.
Whatever it is.
This is how you properly set expectations.
No.
Govern.
No.
You govern people in a way where you're like, I know you want whatever it is. However, we are only able to do, and maybe that's just like why I think he killed Judge Meadows, because she scheduled the meeting with Mechanical, and she very explicitly said, listen, I'm not going to send an exploratory group out to determine that's what they want. I'm not going to do that. I'll set up a committee. We'll have meetings. But if you just throw the people a bone. But Bernard didn't even want to do that.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
And I'm being honest. If you look at, there are a lot of similarities between Silo and Severance, right? The same thing. They severed these people. They put them in an office,
right?
But now the people in the office want to get out. They don't know what they're missing, but they know that they want out.
They know they're missing something. Though.
Yeah. Same thing with the people in the silo.
But they get confirmation of that in multiple ways. Dylan got confirmation of that with his boy. Mark got confirmation of that with the book. Irving got confirmation of that in a way with the love of his life.
Yeah, but look at Silo, right? They have absolutely decimated the earth. Like, the earth is torn up for whatever reason, right? I if I remember correctly, I know why.
Yeah, they haven't said yet.
I know why they did it, but I'm not going to say. So
you can whisper it to me.
No, I'll tell you after the show.
He's not going to tell me yet.
I know why the whole thing is gone, but it's gone, right? Because human beings did it.
Right.
Yeah. So they're fighting on the outside.
Right.
Everything is now gone. We have this refuge now where we actually can survive. And now you're messing that up. Right. So now that you've messed that up, we have to take away all the things that reminded you of outside so that you stop messing this up so we can live. Right. And for 150 years, it's worked. It's for 150 years, it's actually worked. But some asshole.
But you can't keep doing that.
No.
You
listen,
can't.
no.
So wait. Time. Let's just think about historically how our society has advanced forward. What you're basically saying is you want to keep a society stagnated for how long now? 100 and how many years?
They've known peace for 150
They've known
years.
peace, but they have not progressed. And the natural part of the human race is to progress.
Is that progression outside when everything looked like a dust bowl? They did that to themselves.
Okay, I feel you on that. But they still want something. They can't even get. We had birds, we had elephants, we had dinosaurs. They can't even get that. They can't even get that. So all they're saying is, you know what? Your great great grandmother had this or whatever in her room, and you pass that down to your kid. Nothing is moving forward.
They had that.
Bruh, I understand.
They were their own worst enemy. They were not advancing.
I get it, but you have to give them something right now. And for the last 100 and some odd years that they said that Quinn made the pact and did everything like that, and they had the peace for I think it was 140 years. I don't know, because I don't think we was talking about discussing this today. They have not moved forward at all.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Oh,
I'm okay with that. Listen, if I understand what you're saying, right?
Mhm.
But I gave you the keys to the kingdom.
But did they? We haven't. But time out. They have never shown that they were given the information previously and kept destroying
No,
it.
no,
and
no,
giving
no,
it-
no, no, no. You were living on the surface. Okay, you
Well,
had the key,
yeah,
you had the
yeah.
keys to the whole kingdom.
Right.
You blew it. Okay, I put you in a cigar shaped tunnel thing to live, right? And you're blowing that, right? You're messing that up. So we took the books away, we took the elevators away, we took everything away to remind you of the old times, and you're fine, right? We're growing crops. Everybody's got a job, okay? You still got the rich and poor, right? Because you're still messing that shit up, right? You still got the rich people up top and the poor people down at the bottom, which is still a problem for me.
Right.
Even in this time,
there's top and
they
bottom.
still separated rich people from poor
the
people.
poor. Yep.
Don't even think I'd have missed that.
Well, affluent and not so much.
That's
But
all
go
I'm
ahead.
saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, they did that in Arcane too.
They did.
They
That's
did.
a problem, right?
Mhm.
But now, because some idiot,
Uh-huh.
kept, because some idiot kept 3 pages from a coloring book and a frisbee
I'm so angry.
for like 1990 something. Now there's rebellion again, right? People think you can go outside and breathe because they think that they're missing elephants and birds and shit. They think they're missing all this other stuff. You're not missing anything. What you're doing is you are dwindled down. Your entire species has dwindled down to just these 51 silos. And you're about to mess it up? You're about to mess it up? For what?
Well, but are we about to mess it up? We know Silo 17 is for the most part gone, right? With the exception of the young lady, the baby, her husband, and Solo. We won't count Juliet because she came from Silo 18. We know Silo 18, with the exception of Bernard and Robert, and I'm going to stick to my guns on that, is running smoothly, except for what's about to happen. So you have 49 other silos. Do we know what the state of those are in?
So,
because they're 51. So
they are. I don't think they'll get to them in
this season,
in the show at all.
Oh, okay.
But from what I've heard, that they do explain the hierarchy and some of the situations in the other silos.
Are they not similar to? I mean, I'm understanding that the other silos did not have a Quinn in there, so they may not have a pact to refer to. But are they from your? Do you understand that they're experiencing similar circumstances, or?
I think each one is different. It's kind of like Fallout, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how Fallout had, life had progressed in a different direction. I'm not talking about like having mutant arms or anything like that. I'm just saying
The
Like-
one they went and they kind of died all out, and they fooled the one group and married the chick so that they could take over and
Yeah,
all their
I just-
supplies and stuff. Yeah.
I think it's very similar to that where
Mhm.
they have they might have come up with their own way of living that's different than
Okay.
so. I mean, that's
So
just
it's not
that's
as
just my thing.
societal. It's kind of like more fragmented, you think?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'd be curious to find out. But I'm curious. I'm interested in it. Seems pretty good.
Okay.
All
right.
I can't wait to find out what this bad thing is that's about to happen.
Okay.
All right. So
Well, I appreciate you, Fletch, for not spoiling it for us on the live this evening. But I'm glad that you told us that it's out and it's amazing. So we're definitely gonna, after we finish this, we're gonna go. I plan on anyway.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we only have a few minutes left in this live, guys. So if there's something that you want to address, talk about, if there's a particular part of any of the items that we discussed this evening that you'd like to go over, please drop us a line and we will do our best to do so. But while we're waiting on that,
What are you watching?
okay, or that.
What are you watching? You got 9 minutes. 9 minutes. What are you guys watching, man? I'm starving, looking for stuff to watch.
Well, we got stuff coming out.
You already said what is coming out. What do you got? What you got coming up?
Are you serious? Well, we have Castlevania Nocturne that dropped today.
Daredevil.
Excuse me, you have to give me a second because I wasn't expecting.
That's all right. The Netflix show You.
Oh gosh.
You, which is very good. If you're not aware, You is about a psychopath who he's narrating everything that he does and everything that he sees, basically, and he cannot stop stalking women. He has the thing, and in his mind,
it's normal.
Yeah, in his mind, he's doing it because he likes them,
and he can't understand why they don't see.
Yeah.
How much he likes them, and what he's doing for them is a token of his love.
I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Somebody Life on the Bush says The Protector on Netflix.
I don't think I've seen that.
I have not either. I think I saw the cover for it. I'm going to check that out.
Okay. You have Back in Action. That's a movie that's coming out with Jamie Foxx on Netflix. That comes out tomorrow, guys. So if you're interested in a movie on Netflix, you can go ahead and watch that. There's also Ironheart. I'm not sure if you're interested. That's on Disney Plus.
Is that the no? Nope. No. Well,
if any of you happen to be interested in it, that
no way.
comes out on the
no way. You tricking
that
me
comes
to
out
watch
on the
that
24th.
Nope.
Reacher comes out on Amazon Prime on February 20th. I don't know if anyone is interested in The Wheel of Time. That's also on Amazon. I like that particular show that comes out in March. So there are a few things that are coming out, a couple of movies. The list that I'm going down is not completely is incomplete. So these are just items that because you happen to ask me.
Yeah.
Wolfman. I was able to. Yes, that comes out tomorrow.
Comes out tomorrow.
Yes.
Not werewolves. Don't
not werewolves.
watch that.
Wolfman.
Do not watch that. Okay. Watch Wolfman.
Wolfman.
Not werewolves.
Not werewolves.
Don't do that.
Please don't. You want to give a brief synopsis as to why not, or you're good? You think you've gotten that one?
The girl from the woman, or I guess she's a woman now. She was in
Don't ask me. I didn't watch the movie.
The show with Bateman.
Yes, Reacher comes out. I'm sorry, on February 20th. Go ahead, on Amazon. Go ahead.
I can't think of it, but she's a really good actor, and I really liked her. As a matter of fact, she's probably one of Jason Bateman. She was probably like the second best actor in that entire series. So Yeah. Her husband gets bit by a werewolf, and
So
they're trying to
angry.
avoid it. So that's Wolfman. I don't know if you needed me to tell you that because it's pretty self-explanatory. Wolfman.
Okay, that's the most brief description. But
Well, he gets
if
bit
you
and
guys want to, he's
he
got
changes the entire movie. I guess. I
he's
assume. I haven't watched it.
got a review. No, not Wolfman. I'm talking about werewolves.
Oh no, I did that already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not going over that.
Okay. Okay.
Ozark. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
Ozark.
you.
I
Frankenstein.
love her.
Oh, now you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm thinking werewolves. That's why I was telling you if you wanted to give a brief.
No. Please don't mention that movie
No,
again.
I like her. She also did we'll call it um a documentary, fictional documentary about the young lady who did the fraud in New York and got all this money or whatever and went to jail, and somehow she ended up on Dancing with the Stars, guys, but that's besides the point. But she was also in the movie for that. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name, but it was also on Netflix. It was actually she played the heck out of that role too. She's a great actress.
Frankenstein says, Smitty, why the hate for Ironheart? Because
Why?
did you watch
Oof.
how they presented her
Oh boy.
in oh, can't think.
Okay, moving.
The black cat. Black
Panther.
Black Panther. Did
The
you
Black
see how
Cat, y'all.
Did you see how they did her? Now I want you to Google Ironheart. And I want you to look how amazing her suit looked. Okay? How absolutely immaculate her suit looks. And then I want you to go look at her Power Ranger suit that she's wearing in the Black Panther movie. That suit was so ass. And she had a heart on her back or chest or something. I was like, this is so terrible, man. It was awful, right? I didn't mind the character. I was actually looking forward to seeing Ironheart because I was missing Iron Man,
Yep.
and I was looking for that replacement, right? Hoping that she would be the replacement. No. I don't want to see her. I don't want to see her, or I don't mind her,
Oh,
right? But you need to improve that suit, and you need to put her in a better story. Okay, that I don't know. I didn't like that at all.
Okay.
I think they completely
So
botched Wakanda Forever. So
for you, the suit also has a lot to do with the persona of the character. Is what I'm taking away from that.
Say what?
The suit has a lot to do with the persona of the like the characters, like their overall.
I mean, of course, that has there's a lot to do with it. That's part of the overall allure of a character is how cool they look when they transform.
Okay.
She looks like a Care Bear, and I don't want to watch.
Gosh. Care Bear.
Dennis Wright says Ironheart is basically smarter than Tony Stark in college with no background of work. She's just immaculately conceived as super awesome.
Okay.
I agree. I she was.
I'm not very I'm not very fluid on the character.
She's actually like the same as Stark. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know at what age Tony was he got his genius, but they're about the same. Okay. It's the same person, right? But I think she was in college when Cherie found her.
Okay.
And she had always been working on the suit, she had been working on the suit the entire time.
So the suit has, because I didn't watch Wakanda Forever either, guys. Sorry, but the suit has stuff on it like Tony Stark's suit. It has different mechanisms on it like his suit does.
It's basically an Iron Man suit.
Oh, okay.
But it's of her making.
Gotcha. Okay.
I should probably I ain't gonna Google it right now.
That's fine. I was just curious. Just so I could get a better understanding of your hate for it.
Has to be broken in prison with nothing, and he has to create the suit to escape and survive based on his desperation and skills. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is true, but
okay. Well, he then follows up and says poor character development.
I agree. I would agree with that. I would 100% agree with that. I did not like her character. I'm sorry, I didn't like her character.
Okay. I didn't write her, so you don't have to apologize to me if she's bad. She's bad.
I mean, it's fine. but-
Okay. All right.
All right, so we're gonna wrap things up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for this this impromptu live. We're gonna try and do some more stuff probably down the road. I'm probably gonna try and put some clips in and maybe
Mm-hmm.
go over some scenes and some stuff, and maybe try to get somebody on the show that has something to say. You know, kind of hang out and talk with us.
Yep.
So I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. I love y'all for
Thank
real.
you all so much.
For real.
And all of your comments, we do, like we said, we do read them, whether it's on here or on Discord. We appreciate your interaction with us. But make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we will be back next week, definitely. Whether or not we're back before then,
Yeah. We'll find out what's going on because we gotta. I'm itching to get this off my chest, so we gotta find out
Yeah.
what's going on with Severance and Silo. But
Yep.
I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, please
make sure you join.
join the Discord.
Yep.
Like, share, subscribe. If you enjoy us, man. If you had a good time, and we'll see you guys soon.
Cheers, everybody.
Holla. We will do some trailer reviews. We will do some trailer reviews. I've done them. I got a few on the thing. That's all right. We'll talk about it. Holla.